1974. As I do these videos, I keep getting older and older and older. I started at 1964 and I was 13. Now I'm at 1974 and I'm 23, and I keep getting older and older as I do these videos. My beard keeps getting grayer. Oh no, it's already gray. But anyways, this is my top 15 of 1974, and I'm going to start off with the Grateful Dead. I was going to say live, but it isn't live. It's from the Mars Hotel. I don't think they're live from the Mars Hotel. I think this is a studio album. But great album. I love the Grateful Dead, especially in the 60s and the 70s. Not so much in the 80s, but U.S. Blues, China Doll, lots of great songs on here. And it also has the Pride of Cucamonga. I mean, can't beat that. And number 14 is No Other by Gene Clark. He was a member of the Byrds for 2 albums. And he was really the songwriter at that time in those early albums. The main songwriter, other than the covers they did. But this is his, I don't know if you say masterpiece, but it is definitely the top of his game here. He's a great songwriter, and I love his singing, and it all comes together on No Other. And number 13 is the Eagles with On the Border. I'm a big fan of the Eagles from their 2nd, 3rd, and 4th album. I liked it way better when they were a country rock band, and this has already gone on a classic. And My Man, a tribute to Graham Parsons, who will come up later on in this video, and A Good Day in Hell. The Eagles and Old 55, written by Tom Waits, is on this album, and James Dean, great song. Then we have number 12 is Pretzel Logic by Steely Dan, and this has got Ricky Don't Lose That Number on it. And I'm all in with Steely Dan up until the Royal Scam. Then after that, when they become a jazz, kind of like jazz rock, whatever you want to call them, not so much. But Pretzel Logic, they were still a great band then as far as I'm concerned. And that is number 12. Number 11 is King Crimson with Red. There's the title right there. It's in red. That's the only part of this cover that is red. But this is a heavy album for King Crimson. And there's elements of this that really grab you because they have that heavy element. But it's just, there's something about King Crimson that can't be done by other people. And this is one of their, I think this is actually their best album, Red. So number 10 is Sundown by Gordon Lightfoot. I think this is his best album. It's got Carefree Highway on it and Sundown. I cover that song. I do it live. And if you haven't heard this album, if you want one Gordon Lightfoot album that isn't a hits album, this is the one to get. Solid all the way through. I think he really peaked here with his songwriting, and that comes in at number 10. Number 9, Apostrophe, and this is a twofer, and they put the covers on each side, and this is the cover for Apostrophe, and this is Frank Zappa, of course, and it's got Don't Eat the Yellow Snow on it, with a bunch of other stuff. He had a lot of humor on this album, listened to it a lot when it came out, and I would say it's right up there as one of my top favorite albums by Frank. Although I got 12 or 13, I only have 12 or 13 albums by Frank, but that's a lot. And then we're going to go to number 8, and that is not that one. They got to order here. Oh, just one second. And we have the Ozark Mountain Daredevils. It'll shine when it shines. This has Jackie Blue on it. Ozark Mountain Daredevils are one of my favorite bands of all time, top 5. And the songwriting is so great, and the singing and everything. I love the Ozark Mountain Daredevils, and there's still 2 original members still going under that name. And Walking Down the Road with My Head on My Head. Now, just great stuff. I've done that song too. Walking Down the Road. And number 7. We're going to number 7. And we have Country Life, and this is the edited version that we got in Canada. They censored it. I mean, give me a break. Isn't that exciting? Boy, they made that exciting album. But what a great album this is. Thrill of It All starts this album off. I'm a big fan of Roxy Music, pretty well from top to end. And Prairie Roses on here. It starts with a great song and ends with a great song and has a whole bunch of great songs in the middle. What more can you ask for? That's Country Life by Roxy Music. And that was number 7. Number 6 is Second Helping by Lynyrd Skynyrd. This was going to go farther down the list, and then I looked at it and I thought, no way, this is a great album. And the first album is really great. This one's great too. I mean, they developed. I mean, it's hard to follow up their first album, pronounced Lynyrd Skynyrd, but I think they did a really great job. This is a great second album, and it's called Second Helpin', and it's number 6. Number 6 on my hit parade. So we're gonna go to number 5. Number 5 is another one of my favorite groups, Hot Tuna. And that's 2 members from the Jefferson Airplane, Jorma Kaukonen and Jack Cassidy. And this is a typical Hot Tuna album. There's some great guitar on here. He's one of my favorite guitar players. Some of my favorite guitar players show up on pretty well 3 of these albums. And he is one of them. And it's kind of a pop art kind of cover. And Phosphorescent Rat by Hot Tuna. He does a couple of old standards on here, a lot of his own stuff. Sally, where do you get your liquor from? That's an old song. But anyways, that's number 5. Number 4, and I discovered this group purely by the cover. I bought this album for the cover, Phenomenon by UFO. And when I heard this album, I was totally in. Michael Schenker is one of my favorite guitar players. His playing is just, it's not full of a lot of excess. It's to the point and it's great. And I fell in love with this album, and I bought 3 or 4. I got a big box set of their stuff. But anyways, this is where it all started. And it was bought for a record cover and went on from there and on and on and on and on. So number 3 is Grievous Angel. That's this one right here. This is a twofer. Wish I had I love that cover. It just says it all. This is Graham Parsons' last album, Grievous Angel. And when this came out, I absolutely listened to this. I was a big fan of the Burrito Brothers, Flying Burrito Brothers, and his first album. And when Grievous Angel came out, it topped it all off, and then he died just before, unfortunately. But he laid it all on the line in here, and this is a great album. If you haven't heard it, you have to hear it. Well, no, you don't have to, but I would. And then we have, of course, number 2, Neil Young, On the Beach. This is truly a different album for Neil. Well, you can't really say that because he did a lot of different stuff. But when this album came out, it was like, wow, this is totally different for Neil at that time. And it's got Walk On, which is Lynyrd Skynyrd did a sort of an anti-song about him. And then he did this song, Walk On, which says, okay, walk on, just whatever. So they were kind of going back and forth a bit, but I think they respected each other equally. And it has Revolution Blues and For the Turnstiles, nice ballady type thing. And then it has some rambling kind of things that go on, but I love them. I love the sound. It's kind of moody. You get into it, and look at the cover. If that ain't a great cover, I don't know what is. But anyways, that's On the Beach by Neil Young, number 2. Number 1 has to be number 1. I think this never left my turntable for I don't know how long, and it can still go there. Bridge of Sighs by Robin Trower, definitely top-notch guitar player for me. Either second, third, first, it doesn't matter. Alternate, it doesn't matter who the best one is. He is great. Always has been great. Procol Harum, back, loved them right from the very moment I heard their first album. And this album is great. If you haven't heard it, you got to hear it. It's Bridge of Sighs by Robin Trower, number 1. So long.